Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bobcat Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net. Beautiful day for baseball. Corey Neyland, Mark Pavlovich, Albert Robles, and Ed Ford bringing you the action as Saddleback hosts the third game of the three-game set against OCC. And there is Alec Gomez, who leads the game off with a base hit to left field. And we're just started. Alec Gomez, Evan Scally, and Zach Dickinson, the three up. Batting fourth is going to be Jaden Libertus. Zach Late at first base will be batting fifth. Ethan Brand at third base, sixth.
You look at Ciali coming up today, batting .385 into the game. Slugging percentage is .615. I always like to look at those numbers on a very big ballpark here at Saddleback.
Lined off the shin of Zoylan, but he recovers and throws out. Scally, but advances the runner to second base. One out, one away for Zach Dickinson.
And Corey, when you see the ball coming off his shin, the first thing you think about it, is it the plant foot or is it the foot you throw off of when you look at it? So that's one of the things where you look at which leg he actually gets hit in.
And you see it's that right leg, that right shin.
We were talking about anatomy up here in the booth, just talking about where you might get hit with that ball. Unfortunately, he caught it in the shin. Beautiful ballpark, isn't it?
It's nice.
It is pretty. I'll let you set the defense so while we got a little time out there.
So batting seventh for OCC is going to be Kyle Koppelma. Eighth is JT Crabb. And in the ninth spot is shortstop Connor Debenham. Wayland is going to stay on the mound, 2-0 this season with a 3.68 earned run average. Behind the plate is Do Everything Jack Collins. At first base, J.C. Allen. Jason Heft at second, Michael Deviney at third base. At short is Isaiah Morales. In left field is Galen Tagupa. Jacob Naso in center. And Makana Tanaka in right field. Makani Tanaka, in right field. And this will bring up Scally, Dickinson, the center fielder.
One of the leader in RBIs for this team. He's got 21 this season, so he's just sitting there with everybody else, within 3 or 4 of the lead for this team.
Runner on second base is Gomez, who led off the game with a single to left center. As Whalen, the delivery is outside.
One thing Zach does do, though, Corey, even though he is one of the top leadoff guys in RBIs, strikes out a lot. He's got 24 strikeouts. So this could be an easy out for the Bobcats.
Zaylen checking the runner, second foul, tipped back. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. First matchup in this 3-game tilt. Saddleback took the first game 16-11. And the second game, OCC came back in the ninth with 2 runs and won that 9-8. Outside, 2-2.
You watch Alex Gomez over at second base giving signs back to the mound. He's the one who's trying to bird dog the runner at second right now and keep him close.
Dickinson had 4 RBI in that first game, and there's one driven deep to left field. And that is off the wall. That's going to be an RBI double for Dickinson. Dickinson standing up. He had 4 RBI in that first matchup in this series. In the second game, he went 2 for 5 and also had an RBI. So that's his 6th RBI of the series. And Jaden Libertus steps up. Libertus on the season, leading the team in slugging percentage at .759. Neyland throws back to second off the foot of Dickinson. And Naso chases it down. Actually looked like it hit him in the leg. And so coaches go.
Caught him in the elbow, Corey.
Actually, he caught him in the elbow.
Caught him in the elbow. Caught him in his left arm up the elbow area. Of course, I had the wrong second baseman chasing the runner back. When I was saying bird dog, that's Heft over there at second base for Saddleback, the Bobcats. Riverside, the lone undefeated conference team here in the OEC, defending state champions. I get told by everybody they're the real deal this year. A lot of sophomores have come back. So they're the team to track down for the state title. As we've got a little timeout on the field.
Head coach for Saddleback, Summer McCartney, started as an assistant coach in 1998, then moved to Aliso Niguel for 4 years, then came back to coach Saddleback. Doing an outstanding job here. Head coach for OCC is Nate Johnson.
Fun gentleman to talk to. The thing that's interesting right now, though, Corey, even though Riverside is on top of the OEC by the power rankings, by the Massey Group, which is all the coaches around the area, this team you're watching right now, the Bobcats, are ranked #1.
Libertus takes the first pitch. High. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Just started here in the top of the first inning. Here at Bobcat Field, game number 3 of a 3-game set. Neyland delivers. It goes opposite way into right field. Konyarski under it. Tagging is Dickinson. Slides into third base easily. Has a no throw. F9 if you're scoring at home for the second out, and bring up Zach Late. And they appeal, as they thought Dickinson left early, but he did not, so he's safe at third with 2 outs. Zach Late, 300 batter, 400 slugging, 400 on base percentage.
Hasn't come up to bat a lot, though, this year. Hasn't been used a lot. Only 30 at-bats so far this season.
Pitch number 1 is inside, little low.
Which gives them a total of 9 hits. If you're a mathematician at home, you should know that.
The lefty grounds 1 to second. There's Heft underneath. Throws easily over to first to Allen, and that'll end the inning. But not before 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. 1 left on. At the end of half an inning, it's Orange Coast 1, Saddleback nothing. So Saddleback Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net. We'll get those lineups and the defense set in just 1 moment.
So you want to look at that last inning. The thing that I find real interesting, Corey, before I let you get the lineup, is you watched Hep at second. You watch the way he picks up the ball. Of course, I already talked to the coaches about that earlier today. You watch the young players, and Albert Robles, this is something we see a lot of. Side saddling ground balls. Hef did it out there. Looked at the coaches, and I said, why? It's not like watching the Japanese team play where they were fundamentally sound. A lot of the fundamentals of baseball have gone away.
Yeah, and that's something that is going to be missed as a lot of rule changes are coming down from the major league level. You're going to see a lot of changes be implemented in how college players play, how high school players play, even at at elementary, middle school level. All these young kids are going to be learning how to play the game so that they have a better chance of possibly going to the major later on in life if they choose to go that route.
So for Saddleback, Naso will get it started. Deviney is having a strong season for the Bobcats. Is batting second, playing third base. Isaiah Morales at short, batting third. Jason Heft in the fourth spot. Allen at first base. JC will be batting fifth. Jack Collins for Saddleback leads the team in average 477, on base 570, and slugging with 646. Batting seventh is going to be Zachary Schwartzberg, designated player, and Tanaka is going to be batting eighth. McKinney, who's out of Honolulu, Hawaii, and Galen Tagupa will be batting ninth. Out in left field. On the mound for Orange Coast is Sawyer Spivey, who is 1-3 with a 4.75 ERA. Right-hander, 30.1 innings pitched. So far, 22 strikeouts, 21 walks. Naso squares, takes low, 1-0.
Thing about Orange Coast College this season, Corey, defensively, they've been shaky. They got 47 errors as a team. They're the lowest fielding percentage in the OEC right now.
And that is taken for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Naso, the lefty, also takes that inside for a 3-0 count. Naso at the leadoff spot. 2 stolen bases this season, 34 hits. 3 straight balls delivered by Spivey. That caught the inside corner. 3-1. Three-one pitch. Down the heart, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Little Spivey got himself into a hole. Those gray uniforms, orange and blue hats for the Pirates. The maroon, and there's high ball 4 delivered to Naso. So he's on first base, bringing up Michael Deviney. Deviney leads the team with 43 hits this season. That's good enough for third in the state.
And let's see if the Bobcats take off running, because one thing the Pirates have not been able to do is get runners when they take off.
26 RBIs for Deviney. Curveball delivered for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Bobcat Field. Mark, you mentioned a beautiful field, 337 down the left field line, 373 in left center, 400 straight away. 1-0 delivery. Inside, 2-0. Right center gap is 382, and down the right field line, the shortest is 328. Not checking the runner. Curveball through the 5-hole for a base hit for Deviney. 44 hits on the season, keeps plugging away. Runners at first and second for Isaiah Morales. 6'1" sophomore switch hitter out of Venice High School. He'll move to the left side of the batter's box against a right-handed pitcher.
Batting .354, slugging percentage of .500, on base percentage of .420 when he gets up there. 22 RBIs this season, right there off the lead by 4 RBIs.
Takes low and inside, ball 1. Spivey's battery mate is JT Crabb. At first base is Zach Late. On the other right side of the infield, Alec Gomez. At second base, Connor Debenham at short, and Ethan Brand at third base. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes, no outs. Bottom 1. Orange Coast scratched early in their top half of the first on 2 hits with 1 run. Left field is Evan Scally, Zach Dickinson in center, Jaden Libertus in right. Delivery overhand curve in their outside corner, 2-1.
You look at these pitching staff, Corey's up and down the OEC. They give up a lot of runs. Orange Coast leads the bunch. It's a pickoff move to second, but you look at Orange Coast as a staff, 6.34 as a staff. So you know they're going to give up their share of hits and runs during the game.
and 16 in the first game, 8 in the second is what Orange Coast gave up. Must have came through high above the numbers, above that lettering. Maroon pinstripes with the white, 3-1. Spivey sets, delivers low, no. Caught the knees, 3-2.
Well, 145 walks by the staff this season. 50 walks ahead of everybody else. So not only do they give the hits, but they give the free bases up too from the mound. So OCC needs to reduce that.
Slap foul and out of play. Count stays full. Naso at second. Davini at first. Bottom 1. Looking to even this game up at 1 apiece. 1 hit thus far, and that is ball 4 and 2 walks.
And there again, the plague continues for the pitchers from OCC. It's something that they've done all season long, and you look at their overall record, Corey, that's killing them. You know that. Giving away free food. Well, up in this booth, we'd all be taking our headsets off, running to get that free sandwich like they do when they get to the plate, getting that free pass and running to first base.
2 walks thus far with the bases loaded and no outs. Brings up the cleanup hitter. It's going to be Jason Heft. Bounces 1 foul to the left side. Heft with 18 RBI this season. He's walked 12 times. .337 batting average. Bobcats come into this game 18-5.
Yeah, look at Heft. Leads the team in doubles.
And there's a single there, driving in 2. It'll be Naso and Davini. He's trying to stretch it to 3 and easily sliding in there as Morales goes out of play. And he trots in home on a 2 RBI single by Jason Heft. And with the overthrow, that is going to be E8 on the throw, scoring Morales as well. So 3-1 quickly for Saddleback. And standing on second is Heft.
That's Saddleback's 48th error of the season.
And so the umpires are talking to Coach McCartney. McCartney saying, is he going back or is he going to get that 3rd run? So they're going to keep 3.
Well, as long as they consider him having third base, then he gets the next base on the ball going into the out of play area. So that's why he gets the score. If you're a little confused at home, he was awarded 3rd. They figured 3rd belonged to him. He gets the next base to advance to.
J.C. Allen takes one on the inside. Strike number 1, no outs. Bottom 1st, 3-1 early. Bobcat advantage. Heft standing at second base. Bounced off the foot, foul. So the 0-2 is the count. 2 earned runs given up thus far. Early, just started in the top of the first inning. Bobcat Baseball. SportsNetUSA.net. Sawyer Spivey. Ahead in this count. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner at second is Heft, and there's a dribbler to third. Up with it is Brand. Sets his feet, throws over to first base, and Light makes the catch. Staying at second base is Heft. 1 away. Bring up Jack Collins.
Collins, oh, I'm sorry, Corey. I was going to say Collins is batting .477, a slugging percentage of .646. He's got 12 ribbies, 9 doubles. So he is tied with Hep for doubles this season. He's got 1 triple, no home run so far. He's got a walk to strikeout ratio 2-1.
Bouncer to Spivey. Underhands it low. Nice dig. And a backhand by Late.
Tell me why. Why do you underhand the ball? You're a pitcher. Why it comes back to you got time to throw. Why do that one that doesn't almost get there?
Because.
Thank you. All right. That's what I like. In-depth analysis from Corey Neyland. I was going to go to Albert, but he had a puzzled look on his face too. So,
you know, he thought he was closer to first base, and that's why he underhanded.
Okay.
And that's low, 1-0 to Schwartzberg. Zachary out of La Jolla Country Day High School. 14 hits this season, 275. Got a runner at third base, which is Heft. He can bring in the 4th run of this inning, and he takes strike 1. Yeah, you wondered why he underhanded it that far away from first base, but he thought he was closer and didn't want to take any chances. Schwartzberg early.
So now my question to you as the official scorekeeper, do you now make that run an earned run?
No.
Okay. Runner was at third. You can assume that he would have scored on that out there.
He was sliding into third.
Okay.
If he was already at third, you know I'm not giving anybody an error.
Right.
Schwartzberg. 1-2 count, 2 away. Spivey delivers. Caught the corner. Good frame work by JT Crab. And so that'll end 1 full inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. It's Bobcat Baseball, and the Bobcats are up 3-1 on SportsNetUSA.net. Brand, Koppelma, and Crab due up for the Pirates. And Mark, you were talking about the OEC earlier. You mentioned Riverside, who is 8-0, the real deal. Cypress is 6-2. Saddleback is 6-2. I'm glad we're out here on this Saturday afternoon because the Saddleback is the one team that we both wanted to see. And so far in the first inning, real deal is they're a well put together team. Santa Ana is 4-4 in conference. Golden West 3-5. And after the hot start for Fullerton College, they're 3-5. OCC at 2-6, looking to find a rhythm. 15-12 overall, and Irvine Valley is 0-8 for Irvine Valley.
Yeah, and when you look at Riverside, I mean, every category they do well. They lead the OEC in ERA with 3.93. You look at them, and the least amount of innings thrown so far there. They're one of the better teams with fielding percentage at 964. So can pitch, play defense. That's why you're in first place.
Brand takes on the outside corner for strike number 1. Brand has 25 hits and with a .333 average. Takes a skip to the plate, 1-1.
Ethan, again, one of those hitters that has struck out twice as many times as he has walked.
There's strike 2.
18 strikeouts for the season, so he's at a -2-to-1 ratio. Walks to strikeouts.
And that is high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Head home plate umpire is Jerry Neerhoof. Been consistent thus far on that outside. This one's in the right center, giving chase is Dickinson. And he makes the grab. 1 away. Or excuse me, not Dickinson, Naso makes the grab. And it's 1 away.
Somebody caught it.
So Koppelman steps to the plate.
378 this season. 514 slugging percentage. Of course, the number I love, 489 on base percentage. Almost 500. Every other time he gets up, he's on base.
Leads the team. He's out of Colorado. And again, that's an on-base percentage that I can get behind. We always have that conversation about average or on base. If you're batting .333, but your on base is .340, that doesn't do much for you. This one's fouled straight back and out of play. We're batting, .378 with a .489 on-base percentage. That's 100 points higher. That means you're doing something positive. 5 walks this season. 6 walks, excuse me. That's low and outside, 3 and 1.
Yeah, the freshman's got 14 hits. 5 of those are doubles.
Check that. Good pitch by Zuelan. He gets back into a 3-2 count. Spotted those 3 runs in the first inning. Gave up that 1. Foul to the left side. Zuelan this season making his 5th start. 8 appearances with 22 innings pitched. Struck out 13, has walked 9. Make it 10. And JT Crabb, the catcher, steps up wearing number 15 in that gray uni. Crabb, 294 this season, only 5 hits. Fastball delivered for strike 1.
And we shouldn't see anybody running against Saddleback because you look at them, Corey, only 17 attempts have been made against them. And, of course, when you look at that, they have caught 5 runners stealing. So they're good defensively from mound to catcher to second to get that runner.
1 out on the fly ball to center field by Brand. The walk given up to Koppelman, and like you mentioned, only 1 stolen base. This one's pulled foul, makes the street.
And you know what makes me feel good, Corey? Saddleback, fielding percentage, because you know how this really drives me nuts with numbers on fielding percentage. 975 as a team. They can play with the leather, let me tell you. Good defensive club.
Strike 3 swinging. 2 away. Bring up Connor Debenham.
You know, when the alarm goes off, you'll just know this was a bad nightmare. Don't worry about it. Wake up, start yelling, Gabby, we got to go. Mark's waiting.
Fastball delivered from Zwalen is a strike. 2 out here in the top of the second inning. 3-1 for the home team. A 280 batter takes that high and outside, 1-1. Heft and Morales at second and short respectively, with 2 outs, playing on the grass, and strike number 2 catches that outside again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the second. Koppelman on first, being held on by J.C. Allen. Out of the stretch, and Zwalen high and outside. They asked, did he go? He did not. 2-2. Connor's out of Fountain Valley High School. And Zwalen gets his second batter to swing going down. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 1.5, it's still Saddleback 3-1 over Orange Coast on SportsNetUSA.net. Tanaka, Tagupa, and then back to the starting lineup is Naso.
You know, we need to do sometime. We need to make our all-star team just from community college baseball players. Go back as far as you want. We get to go all the way back. I might take Jackie Robinson just to start things off because, I'll go to Pasadena and grab him and his brother.
Well, it's interesting. Do you make that all-star team based on the accomplishments after community? Because that's what we see a lot of all-stars and all-time best. Do we base that on, yeah, they were great, but then they were iconic moving on? How are we going to do that?
No, you know what? I think they had to have the numbers to even move on. They had to have the numbers to go to that 4-year school afterwards, or a pro team pick them up out of community college. You're not going to pick up some kid batting 197 here at Saddleback just because. You're going to pick up a kid that's batting 280, can field Albert, has a good arm, pick him on the team. So I say we take him from our community college number.
Well, okay. It'll be a lot more different than people will think.
That's what'll make it fun, because you'll throw in a name and somebody will go, who? I mean, you know, you might even throw in Ryan Osborne. Who knows? Well, no, not really.
So Makani Tanaki. So Tanaka, 6 runs, 6 hits with a 261 average. That outside is plentiful by the home plate umpire, Jerry Nierhoff, and that's a strike, 0-1 to lead off bottom 2. On the mound, Spivey.
I'm getting set. I'll let you know how he's calling him here.
And there is strike 3 on the outside corner. Nierhoff is generous with the outside, so you got to make sure if it's close, you got to swing. If it's not close, you still got to swing on the outside.
Okay, you know what I haven't had to talk about in a long time, but I get to today? We find out where his GPA is. We find out where his GPA is, then that's where the strike zone's at.
Inside and high to Tagupa.
And if people wonder what a GPA is for an umpire, it's general pelvic alignment is what it is for an umpire behind home plate. So what they do is they line up their belt buckle in a certain spot, and then their strike zone is from that GPA that they have set up.
Swinging through is Tagupa. 2 balls and 1 strike.
So if you watch Jerry behind the plate here at Corey, if it's a right-handed hitter, he goes to the line closest to him, and that's where his belt buckle is at.
Swinging on a curve.
If it's a left-handed hitter, he moves to his right and uses the line. He's got a wide strike zone.
And there's strike number 3. Swinging the second out, Sawyer Spivey gets the first 2 back to the top of the lineup. As Naso walked in his first at-bat, scored a run in the first inning.
So if you're at home right now, you're watching us here on Sportsnet, USA.net, you have a left-handed hitter. Watch where the umpire lines up his belt buckle, right off the right shoulder of the catcher.
In there for strike 1.
So his eyes are different depending if it's a left or right hitter behind the plate.
Squares off his foot. So Naso gets on again. Hit by pitch. He takes first with 2 outs. So Michael Deviney now, who singled in the first at-bat, scored a run. Looking to move Naso over with 2 outs. Deviney in that first game had 3 RBI. There goes Naso swinging through, and he's in there. He steals second base for his 3rd stolen base of the season.
And of course, we had talked about the ratio. We're going to get a little conversation.
Coach Nate Johnson for the Pirates say that ball was tipped slightly. Head coach umpire Nierhoff behind the plate says no, he did not. So Naso stays on second with the stolen base. Like we said, his 3rd. Brings up an RBI opportunity for Deviney.
And we also said that runners have been successful running against Orange Coast College.
That first game of the series on Monday, 16-11. Deviney went 5 for 6, had 3 RBI, scored 3 runs. This one's popped up to shallow right field. If it's fair, it's dangerous. It is fair. No, they call it foul. And here's the replay.
Albert Robles says just foul by about a half an inch as we watch the replay.
My eyes are deceiving me.
Why, you had it fair?
I had it fair.
Okay.
But again, I need glasses. So Deviney, the right-hander in that first game, like we said, prolific in the second game on Thursday. It's okay. 612 slugging percentage, looking to bring home 1 more. Swing and a miss. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 2 complete, it is Saddleback 3, Orange Coast 1. This is Saddleback Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net.
I gotta ask Albert, you're involved in this too, because we're all different ages, you, Corey, and myself. So when you played the game, did you have the oversized glove when you played? Because I look at the size of gloves today and just am amazed how big they are.
For myself, I still have the same glove that I had when I was in middle school, because at that point I wasn't doing a whole lot of growing. My glove is basically an infield glove. Like it is the size of a second fielder's, because like at that size you really want like a nice short glove. You want to be able to get it quickly, but you don't want something super large or oversized where your hand is going to get lost in your glove and the ball is just going to get lost in the glove. It's short and sweet, and I like it. It feels weird to see all these kids playing with like, you know, super large oversized gloves. If in the outfield, yeah, you kind of want that extra pocket. In the infield, you want it shorter. And I see some of my cousins and like my girlfriend's cousins play, and like it's sometimes I don't understand their glove decisions, and it's intriguing to see how the game has kind of changed and what the preference is.
Yeah. You remember the type of glove you played with?
I played with my cousin's softball glove.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And it's funny Albert says that because I have 3 gloves at home. I have a second baseman's glove, I have a third baseman's glove, and I have an outfielder's glove. All 3 different sizes.
So top of the order, Alec Gomez started the game off with a single. Foul tips it back. Gomez has 2 doubles this season, 282 average. That's up a little bit after that base hit in the first inning. We're here in the top of the third, and hot shot to the Bobcat dugout.
What are you having for doubles for the season?
9,
Oh, okay.
which leads the team.
I thought I wrote something down wrong, so that's why I was asking.
Way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's got 22 hits at 78 at bats so far.
This one's opposite way. He's 2 for 2. He said, I like to use the whole field. As Scally steps up, who bounced back to the pitcher his first time at bat.
And of course, Corey, this is where I'd like to see that number 2 hitter be able to drop a drag bunt if they could. You still advance the runner. If you're good at it, you've got a base hit.
And there goes Gomez. Good jump. Better throw, but he's in there. He was there. As Gomez swiped second.
You know, did you watch though? Did you watch where he was? He was running right on the grass line down to second base, looking to go to the inside of the bag, and then veered back at the last second.
So Gomez scored the first run of the game. Scally looking to advance. No outs in the top third. Overhand curve misses high. 2-0. 3 hits for the Pirates and 2 for the Bobcats. Scally, who's out of Bend, Oregon, Summit High School. Deep into left center, giving chase, and underneath it is Jacob Naso. Tagging from second is Gomez. He advances to third. Oh, what an outstanding track down by Jacob Naso. Bring up Zach Dickinson. Dickinson, who doubled in the first inning, who bring in Gomez. 1 away, top of the third inning. Scally hit that about mark 353 feet.
Yep.
And Dickinson fouls it back to the right side. 0-1.
So the Bobcats bring in the corners. It's hit to them. They'll check the runner, try to keep him over at third. If you hit it to short or second, they're deep enough that the runner at third will score.
Back up the middle, and that's going to score Gomez from third. In the hole is going to be Jason Heft, and he delivers a strike to J.C. Allen for the second out, but that run does score.
And Corey, it looked like the ball hit the bag. I couldn't tell if it did. that allowed the defensive play to be made on it, slowed it down just enough. I don't know, did it hit did you see it hitting the bag or not?
It popped up just a little bit, but that was a heck of a play by Heft. It was deep behind second base, and the throw and the stretch by Allen. Outstanding play. But it does score the run, making the game 3-2. The score 3-2. One ball, one strike delivered to Jaden Libertus. He homered in the first game. He pops this one straight up into center field. Naso is underneath and makes the grab. Not before one run on one hit. No errors and nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5, it is now 3-2 in favor of Saddleback.
A little more baseball around the corner here on SportsNetUSA.net. Little Cypress baseball. No Cypress baseball around the corner, so just wanted to make sure. I saw it on the page the other day, and it was still there, so I was checking with our producer here on SportsNetUSA.net, Ed Ford.
Morales, Heft, and Allen due up.
So, Albert, what was your favorite thing about baseball when you played?
Well, in my younger days, when I was first learning T-ball, my favorite thing to do was stand in the outfield and pick the grass and make karate moves.
Huh.
Here's a question I have to ask you. When you were in your younger days, did you wear a shag?
Oh, what?
Did you carry lunch in a bag? Sorry.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, it'd be in a little plastic bag, and that would just be somewhere in my actual bat bag.
Albert's thinking, wait a minute, what? A bag? What? That's okay. So you chewed when you were playing T-ball. We won't tell anybody you violated league rules.
Well, if you're playing T-ball near the outfield, you're out there because you're just sent there to stand around. You're not
That's
there
right.
to play.
We're going to play Albert. Put him in center.
Like my cousin did in softball, took her purse to right field. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Saddleback. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for OCC as Sawyer Spivey still on the mound for the Pirates. Isaiah Morales, who walked and scored a run in the first inning. Switch hitter bounces one to second. Alec Gomez up. Pulls first base off the bag, but nice job by Zach Late to tag Morales. And Mark, you were talking about the errors by OCC this season. That's one of those lack of concentration types of things on an easy ground ball to second.
Yeah, you pick it up and you throw in. Albert and I were talking about fundamentals in the game of baseball and how they've changed over the years. That's an example of it.
Heft, who singled in the first inning, drove in 2. And if you remember, that 3rd run in the first inning was unearned. 1-1 the count.
So, Corey, remember that if you look at what Spivey did in that second inning, he struck out the side. Yeah, he hit a batter to start things off, and then the next 3 batters he struck out. So he's warming up a little on the mound for OCC.
And that was at the knees for strike 2, 1-2. 22 strikeouts coming into the game. Throwing hard through the 5, and it's another base hit for Heft. So Heft 2 for 2 today. I'm going to bring up J.C. Allen. Grounded to third his first time at bat. Allen was 2 for 4. Scored twice. Had an RBI in that 16-11 win. In the 9-8 loss, he was 1 for 4 and scored a run. Also had 1 RBI.
8 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and now add another single.
So with 2 outs, the Bobcats looking to start something. Or excuse me, with 1 out. Excuse me. Runners on first and second. Morales led off with a ground out to second. Bring up Jack Collins. Does not have a home run this season, Mark. Does have 12 RBI.
Got 9 doubles, which isn't bad. He's walked 12 times. He's got that 2-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio, 12 walks, 6 strikeouts. So he's got a really good eye at the plate.
He drives one into center field. Under it is Dickinson. So Dickinson tagging at second and moving to third is going to be Heft. Allen stays at first. So with 2 down, Schwartzberg, who struck out in the first inning, trying to drive in Heft at third. Schwartzberg is a business major, second team OEC last season. $16 RBI. Trying to make it number 17. Allen at first, being held on, he goes. As the pitch was dropped by Crabb. So runners in scoring position at second and third. Heft at third, Allen at second. And Schwartzberg with 2 outs and a 1-0 count, looking to put up more runs. Spidey delivers, low and outside, good save by Crabb. So it's 2-0.
And OCC is content with what Spivey's doing. They've got nobody warming up in the bullpen, so they like what he's doing on the mound.
Inside, almost hit him. 3-0. So he grounded out to the pitcher the first time at bat, or excuse me, struck out the first time at bat. On a 3-0 count, you get the green light or no?
I give him the green light. Yeah, I'm going to give him the green light. Let him rip one for me.
And that almost hit him. That is ball 4 to load him up. So Spivey with a little control problems at that at bat. Wants a new ball, bases are loaded. Heft at third, Allen at second, and now Schwartzberg at first. So Makani Tanaka, who struck out in his first at bat. Bottom of the third inning, looking to get more runs on the board. Tanaka, who's .261 average, 2 doubles and 6 hits.
Nine strikeouts so far on the season for him.
4 straight balls delivered by Spivey. Big lead at second by Allen. This one's driven into right field. Looks like it's going to be caught by Jaden Libertus, who was striding over in right field, made it look easy. I'm going to say dramatically caught because he was gliding. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. So at the end of 3 complete, it is Saddleback 3, OCC 2. This is Saddleback Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net with late Brandon Koppelma due up for the Pirates.
And right after that, the last time we had Albert Robles was still standing in the outfield with his lunch bag while he was getting ready to play T-ball. And, of course, you look at Albert now, and he's going, what, am I in center, right, or left? So, okay, let's progress your game a little faster, though. I mean, did you play high school ball?
No, I stopped after middle school. I grew tired of the politics that go
So
with
tired.
playing baseball. Coaches playing their kids. Grew tired of that.
Well, there's a sad ending to that story, isn't there? I usually hear that for somebody in college. Yeah, well, I was in the 8th grade and said, that's it. Yeah.
You know, if he had kept playing, maybe he would have seen the light and not become a Dodger fan.
Oh.
No, I was doomed to be a Dodger fan since '87. So that's how that went. But I did enjoy playing baseball, but I found that while I was always one of those kids who was constantly showing up, trying their hardest, kids who didn't show up, who didn't try their hardest,
Always
but
played.
had the better talent, always played. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this. What's the point?
As late chops one to first, Allen touches a unassisted for the first out, which will bring up Brand, who flew out to center field in his first at bat. Ethan Brand out of Edison High School in Huntington Beach goes 5'10", 170. 25 hits this season. Takes the first pitch from C.J. Zwalin.
Yeah.
Zwalin wanted that one. Both pitchers been getting that outside above the belt consistently today. Doesn't get that. 2-0 with one out. Goes down a little bit low below the knees, so 3-0.
So every 5 times that this young man comes to the bat, he will get an extra base hit. When you look at him, he's got 25 hits, and he's got 5 doubles. Keep going here. He gets up to 30. He should have 6 doubles.
He's got to walk.
Yeah, but that doesn't count as an at-bat, so therefore that's a 0. You add it on, we're still where we're at.
Walk number 8. He's got 2 stolen bases this season. So Kapuma, who walked his first time at bat, got stranded at first in the second inning. High, back, and foul. C.J. Zwalin, kinesiology major, Mark. Previously, he was at Washington State. Throw over to first. Back is Brand. Zwalin, who went to Dana Hills High School, was a team captain and all-league for Dana Hills.
Great turnout today for today's game.
And just blows one by Kapuma. So no balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Brand standing on first. Adequate lead. Slide step through and gets him. Ring him up.
That was a beautiful pitch. That was a pretty pitch, to say the least.
3rd strikeout for CJ. This is his first strikeout of today's JT Crab. Runner at first base is Brand. Drilled foul. Crab says my timing is better at this at-bat. Not perfect, but better. Let's see what he does at this at-bat, trying to prolong this inning as they're down 1 run. CJ on the bump. Checks. Out of the stretch, slides through. It is 0-2. What did that look like?
You know, but I know next time they line fields, they're going to let me make the coaches' boxes.
coach's box extended, Mark. Outside 1-2.
You know, we were at a softball game.
Thank you,
Coach for the way down there past third. Here in baseball, they're way down past third now.
The people who do the fields are basketball fans. They say elbow extended, coach's box extended. 1-2 pitch outside. Everybody was walking off, but they got to stay on. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Well, they were in a hurry. They had to catch the 145 bus back to Orange County. So, you know, down to the center of Orange County.
Two pitch on the way. Driven to right center field, and that's going to get the wall. Naso can't catch it. It gets all the way to 385, and Brand coming around third, and he scores standing up to tie the ball game at 3. An RBI double for JT Crabb. As you see the replay here, Brand had such a good jump with 2 outs. There was no way they were catching him, so it's 3-3 in the top of the first inning.
And Corey, you couldn't be more right about Brand and his break that he got. And then they were going to score him no matter what. It was either going to be he's out at the plate or he ties this game. Just a great job of running by him on the bases.
So Debenham, who struck out his last at bat, looking to break the tie. 3 runs on 4 hits. Saddleback 1 run, 1 hit this inning. Debenham 7 hits this season, takes that for a strike on the outside. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Debenham is 280. He's batting 280. On the high heat, he goes down swinging. But not before 1 run comes across. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base at the end of 3.5. It's OCC 3, Saddleback 3. This is SportsNetUSA.net. Corey Neyland alongside Mark Pavlovich, Albert Robles, and Ed Ford here at Bobcats Field. Field.
You know, I'd ask Albert more about baseball, but I'm so emotional now. I'm ready to cry to hear where his career took him. Last I heard, he was
unfortunately here with us. That's where his career took him.
Taking him, you know. But you are a big baseball fan. We talk baseball all the time.
Absolutely. Even though my love for playing faded, my love for watching the game never did. So love watching the game, love talking about the game. Even though I am a Dodger fan, I am primarily a baseball fan.
And, you know, everybody I talked to, we watched the World Baseball Classic. I loved watching Japan. Fundamentally sound baseball team. So as a baseball fan, did you watch the matchup?
I did.
Between USA and Japan?
I loved that game between Japan and USA. I am extremely bummed that the USA once again failed to beat Japan at anything during that game, but we got the matchup that I think any fan of baseball wanted, which was Shohei versus Trout. And secretly, we all knew who was going to win that matchup. We all wanted Shohei to just really bring it to one of the best to ever play this game of this current generation. But watching some of these young talented Japanese players, we know Yoshida, he's coming into the majors. I believe he's going to be starting with the Red Sox.
Yeah, he's
special. That caliber talent is going to the East Coast. But Shohei is going to be a free agent after this coming season. So
we'll see where he goes.
Never know where he will get up. Perhaps he'll go to a team that has a lot of money to spend. It will be under the luxury tax. Somewhere nice in LA.
Maybe he supposedly lives here in Orange County.
Tagupa leads off. He struck out his first at bat. And back to the outside on the black. Strike number 2.
You're gonna
0-2.
You're going to drive me nuts with that, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Tagupa, Naso, and Davini will be the 3 up. That's low and outside. 1 and 2.
So realize, even though my partner says that, the only strike zone in softball or baseball is the white part of the plate.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Spivey started off the first 2 pitches around the plate, got those strikes. This time, a waste pitch and a wild pitch evens the count at 2. And a sinker gets him swinging for the first out, which will bring up Jacob Naso. Walked and scored a run, hit by pitch, and stranded in the second.
Corey, he's getting excellent movement on his breaking balls. I mean, he's getting balls that are dropping off the table when he's on the mound today.
Naso, a communications major and a second-team Orange Empire Conference performer last season. To first, a little scoop to late. Ice cream for Zach. Bring up Michael Davini, who struck out his last at-bat, singled in the first, scored a run in the first. And Davini marked the number of hits he has, 44. 43 coming into this game, was 3rd in the state. So let's see if he can move up to 2nd, even 1st in the state. Spivey better control after the first inning, as Davini is also a communications major last season, and that's strike 2. 0-2 with 2 outs.
I look at Konarski in right field, Corey. It looks like he's about, or is it just my? Oh, Libertus in right field. I'm sorry. It looks like he's about 4 steps in front of everybody else in right field for OCC.
Pop to the right side, out of play, out of play. It is out of play.
Or is it just the way I'm seeing where he's standing at? Does he look like he's playing a little shallower than his playing mates in the outfield?
I think everybody's pretty shallow.
Okay.
And that's kind of dangerous against Davini because he does hit the ball well to all fields. 3 home runs, 26 RBI, which lead the team. 439 average. Last year he led the team in average as well. Takes that outside, 1-2. So made the Dean's list. In high school from just down the street in Aliso, Miguel. Outside, good eye, 3-2. Make it 2-2. 2-2. Bottom of the 4th. Previously, he was at University of San Diego. 3 runs, 4 hits for both teams, and this one's lined into the left center field for another base hit. So Michael Davini with another single. He's 2 for 3 today. Bring up Isaiah Morales. The switch hitting shortstop. Scored a run and walked, or walked and scored a run, and then grounded to 2nd. As you said, Mark, a good crowd here at Bobcat Field. Nice stadium.
It really is. I like the way they've got it set up. The stands are nice. Makes it always feel like you've got a full house.
And Morales swinging the fouls it back. Spent his freshman year at Orange Coast, where he hit .351. And I hope he's still not making that commute out of Los Angeles at Venice High School. All city at Venice. Throw to first base. Davini is back in time. And you say baseball, you guys are talking about the World Baseball Classic. Isaiah's dad played in the Netherlands.
There we go.
outside, 1-1. So Isaiah's dad was doing the World Baseball thing long time ago. And it's funny, I like to hear both of y'all rankings of the world where the best baseball is played. Well, at least for 3 years, we know where it is. We'll see what happens in the next 3 years. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And again, that outside, whether you're a right-handed batter or a left-handed batter, umpire likes the outside part of the plate. 2-2. With 2 outs and runner on first base is Deviney. Decent speed at first. Low and gets away, scoots past Crab. And Deviney takes second easily. So pass ball by JT Crab. Puts your runner in scoring position.
And again, Corey, that comes down to, of course, those are put down for pass balls. Technically, I call it an error because it is. Something that has plagued the Pirates all season long.
Inside out swing and fouled it back behind us to the left side. So count stays full at 3-2. Spivey delivers another foul back. So Morales fouling these off, looking for his pitch, trying to get a rhythm at the plate. Saddleback, the 2004 California State champs under head coach Jack Hodges. Trial backdoor missed off the plate on the inside. Tough pitch to take, but that's why Isaiah Morales has a great eye. So runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Jason Heft steps up and a 2 RBI single in the first inning. Another single in the third. At this at bat, he's looking to go 3 for 3, trying to bring in Deviney from second base. In the dirt, both runners stay.
And he's consistently around 78 miles an hour when he's throwing his fastball. Screwball, slider. See, I got my man to my left here. Is going to tell me what's going on. I always get love with where the love's coming from, you know. That's why I don't give any to Corey.
Throwback, Deviney is in safely.
So that's a slider he's throwing at 78 miles an hour. Corey looks at me and goes, I don't know, it went this way.
Spivey delivers, that's up the middle. Oh, nice play by Debenham as it was going up the middle, but he ranged to his left and scooped it over to Gomez for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 4 complete, it is tied at 3 between the Pirates and the Bobcats on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're going around the CCCAA. Ventura beat Rio Hondo today 4-1. San Diego Mesa in the top of the 7th over San Diego City. That's game number 1, which was rescheduled due to some light rain from March 20th there in the first game. 5-2 San Diego Mesa. Top of the 5th, East Los Angeles is down to El Camino 2-0. Santa Ana is all over Golden West in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 6-0. No score between Riverside and Irvine Valley. They're in the top of the 5th inning. Compton and Cerritos in the top of the 5th. Cerritos is down 3-0. Bottom of the 2nd between Cypress and Fullerton. That's a game you guys did the other day. As Cypress won that one, they're ahead here 4-2. Mount Sac in the top of the fourth is losing to Pasadena 5-0. You were talking about Jackie and Mac Robinson earlier. As the Pirates step up. Bouncer to Zwalin. Throws it over to Allen. And that's 1-3 in your scorebook. And that was Gomez who dribbled it back. He is now 2 for 3. And Scally grounded out, flew out in his 2 at-bats.
And you talk about the young man on the mound for Saddleback, Corey. He's throwing his fastball anywhere between 88 and 91 miles an hour.
And there's one again. Allen getting busy in the top of the 5th inning. That's out number 2.
Which is pretty impressive when you think about it. Sliders around 70 to 75, and of course when you see that change 80 to 82, so when you can change the speeds, you've got people off balance just a little, which he's done on the mound today for the Saddleback Bobcats.
Dickinson high for ball 1. Doubled with an RBI in the first inning. Grounded to second. This one is popped straight up into the outfield. Tanaka calls off everybody and makes the catch. So a 1-2-3 inning. The first for Saddleback. So at the end of 4.5, it's still tied at 3 between the Bobcats and the Pirates.
Okay, I got to ask you something now because, Mr. Neyland, you brought it up, and it's something that we were talking about out in the parking lot. You look at the uniforms for all these players. I look at them as wearing slacks to play baseball now. I miss the old days where you had the uniform up to the knee with the stirrups and the color added. And you say you like the style of both these uniforms on the field.
I like the new style. I like the long pants. I like the slacks, the pajama pants.
That's what they look like.
Looks more comfortable.
You getting the looks, aren't you?
Looks comfortable doesn't mean is comfortable.
Boy, did you step into it there? You're out. Wow.
No, I like the pajama pants. They look comfortable, breezy.
Corey would wear them to a dinner party.
I would. I wore pajamas last night. You got to be comfortable, and that's what it looks like. Speaking of comfortable, more scores. Like we said, Pasadena is comfortably over Mount Sac in the top of the 4th, 5-0. L.A. Pierce and Oxnard are tied at 1 in the 3rd. Up north, Feather River is beating Butte 2-0 in their first game of the doubleheader. No score from Antelope Valley, West L.A., or Bakersfield or Glendale as well. So bringing up Allen for the Bobcats. Swings foul. Allen is a business major. Played water polo in high school. Comes from an athletic family, takes a strike there. 0-2. His dad played golf at Ohio University. Like one of my golf shots on that first foul ball. But it went a little bit further. Farther. As he's swinging a miss. Swinging K for Spivey. First down will bring up Jack Collins.
I think my favorite thing about that first foul ball, Corey, is that it bounced so nicely and landed so easily in the little cubby where they put all their helmets and gloves, and it just came to a nice little rest. I'm surprised it didn't shatter the whole thing, but it just landed in there so perfectly.
Collins steps up, who's 4th in the state in batting average. Takes that one far outside for ball 1. And Deviney, who's hitting well, he's 12th in the state in batting average. So looking like you've got a real complete team for Saddleback. If they got their pitching, it's consistent because they've got the fielding, they've got the hitting. They can go a long way in the state playoffs. That misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. California Community College Baseball Coaches Association has this Bobcat team ranked number 1 in SoCal.
Well, in the Massey report, which is a lot of the coaches too, also has them ranked number 1 in the state.
And there's a high pop fly in the infield, waving off everyone is late. And he makes the grab coming over from first. So I score that P3 with Schwartzberg stepping up to the plate, the right-hander. He was at Gonzaga previously, Mark.
A name that everybody's talking about right now.
Try to lay one down up in the air, hits him out of the box. And it was a foul ball. It did hit him. But he was out of play, so foul ball. Schwartzberg heads back. And again, good athlete. Played baseball and football in high school, all league in both.
Well, and this is the thing, too. We were talking about one of the lost arts. Of course, I saw a baseball game the other day over at Cypress. 7 bunts laid down, 5 of them for base hits. We were talking to the coaches before this game about an aspect, maybe of the game that's coming back to baseball.
It must have been low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom 5. Line in the right center field. And Spivey left it up in the zone. And Schwartzberg knew what to do with it. He's got his first hit of the day.
Well, if you watched his swing, which was nice, Corey, it was left up in the zone, but he took a short, compact swing, didn't try to overdo anything with the bat. And therefore, he doesn't pull it, put it on the ground, and or pop it up, just takes it the direction it's going. And a really nice at-bat for him because that's what hitters need to do.
Strike on the inside corner to, excuse me, to Tanaka. Tanaka was 2 for 5 and scored twice in the 16-11 victory on Monday. Stole a base yesterday and was 2 for 3. And they get Schwartzberg leaning. And a good pickoff from Spivey to late. And that's a 3rd out. So no runs, 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on the after the pickoff. So at the end of 5, fully done. It is tied at 3. This is Bobcat Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net. And speaking of hits, which leads the team, 45 for Deviney. When you're looking at single season, four base hits, 100 is the single season record here at Saddleback. That belongs to Jeff Scuderi in the 2003 season. So Deviney, a long way to go to catch that mark. C.J. Zwollen still on the bump for the Bobcats. Collins behind the plate in the outfield, left to right, remains Tagupa, Naso, and Tanaka. And on the infield, right to left, Allen, Allen, Heft, Morales, and Deviney. Looks like we've got a Jaden Libertis flew out to left field, right field, flew out to center. One of the team's best players with 22 runs scored, 27 hits. Leads the team with home runs at 9 and 26 RBI, which also lead the team. He's got up 2-0, or excuse me, 2-0 against Wallen. 342 average for Libertas. Big swing, high pop. Out of play down the third base line. So 2 balls and 1 strike. He can change the game with 1 swing at the bat.
Well, and add in, Corey, he can run too because he has a few stolen bases. He got 8, and he's only been caught once stealing this season. So it's a young man that can run once he gets the ball in play.
And that is misses barely. 6'1", 210, left the tri-tip, and Santa Maria came down to the coast for Orange Coast and the Surf. 3-1 the count, no outs. Top of the 6th. Outside, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. First batter of the 6th inning. Fouled straight back. I was ready for that one.
I had it with my left hand. I was stepped in and caught it for you.
You're like a Thundercat.
I tell you, I'm all gloved, baby.
You and Brad Plickler. He carries that glove out. You got it in the booth. This one's deeply foul. Down the left field line.
Well, I would have asked Albert to catch it, but he was down picking up a sunflower in the outfield. So, yeah.
And I had a question for both of you, even Ed Ford, in between innings, about one of those players on the wall in right field that you see. One of those names. And there's Libertas deep to center field. Naso tracking at the warning track.
Wow.
For the first out. And to bring up late. Grounded to the pitcher, grounded to second in his 2 at-bats today.
Flew about 380.
Late 5 walks this season, 6 RBIs. Lefty fouls one to the left side, giving chase, but out of play was Davini. And Libertas with that deep flyout mark. With those 9 home runs, he's 3rd in the state and 16th in slugging percentage. So he'll be an all-conference performer. Late takes it low, 1-1. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pirates, and 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Bobcats in the field now. On the mound is C.J. Zwollen. Good off-speed pitch there. A little early is late.
Well, Corey, one thing you'd say about this Orange Coast team, they do have power. I mean, they've got 20 home runs, and they're only behind Cypress and Santa Ana for most home runs by a team this year.
And a high heat. Goes down swinging, no contest.
Yeah, that was a pretty good toss, though.
That's strikeout number 5 for Zwollen. So Zwollen came in with only 13 strikeouts this season, up to 18 now. Ball 1 to Brand, who walked and scored a run last inning. And that misses 2-0.
Of course, Corey talks about the strikeouts. Saddleback as a team had 208 strikeouts coming into this game today.
That was high, 3-0.
So the staff has been efficient on the mound on striking out hitters.
3-0, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning, 3-1, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. No. 9 walks, foul back. Runs the count full. So Zwallen came in with 9 walks this season. I don't have him for any thus far today. Ground ball, Davini. Underneath, drops it with the strong throw, not in time. That's going to be E5. Brand reaches base for the 2nd time in a row. Bring up Koppelma. Kyle out of Chatfield High School in Colorado. So an extra at-bat for Orange Coast in this inning. Let's see if it comes back to haunt what the Bobcats is. The score remains tied at 3.
And you're right, Corey. I don't have him for a walk either in this game.
Late swinging Koppelma, 0-1 with 2 outs. Brand at first base has 2 stolen bases this season. Decent lead at first. Zwallen delivers from the stretch, and that's lined in the left field, and base hit. So the first hit of the inning puts runners at 1st and 2nd for JT Crabb, who got an RBI double. That double came in the 4th inning. And looking to break the tie at 3. That was his 6th hit of the season last inning. That was his 6th RBI. Ups his average close to 300 now. Zwallen delivers as he looks back to 2nd. Outside, 1-0. Delivery. Zwallen is in the dirt. So 2-0. 2 outs. Runner on 2nd, reached on an error. And timeout taken. 2 balls and no strikes. Summer McCartney is the head coach for Saddleback. Assisted by Tony Gomez, Jonathan Munoz. Jonathan Munoz out, given just a brief discussion. Was recruiting coordinator at Biola previously.
And he coached in the Collegiate Summer League for the Southern California Catch and was the head coach at Whittier Christian High School from 17 to 18.
So 2-0 with 2 outs. Zwallen looking to get out of the inning alive with no runs scored. Nice knee buckling pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike on the inside at the knees. Little twitch pitch, Mark. Batter twitches. Can't come through. 2-1 to count. Collins sets up, relieves, and there's high, and there's a line drive caught by the leaping Morales. And that's going to end the inning. A little scary if you're a Bobcat fan, but nonetheless, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Moving to the bottom of the 6th inning, it is tied at 3 with Tanaka, Tagupa, and Naso coming up to bat for the Bobcats.
Well, I'm waiting for that question that you had for Ed Ford, Albert Robles.
We saw Scott Rowland get into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame this year. But that brings up a whole lot of
Your opinion,
Yeah, but that brings up a whole lot of questions. You see the name of Mark Grace on the board in right field.
Chicago Cub.
2001 World Series championship with the Diamondbacks.
Mark Grace, is he a Hall of Famer? You can take a poll if you want.
I was going to say.
Is he a Hall of Famer? I mean, some
See,
people,
do
some
you-
people have been getting in. I
Do
mean,
you see, you two guys are protected. They've got to run over me when you give the answers. They get knocked down. They feel bad for the old guy laying there bleeding. Who helped me up? Okay, I'm going to be honest. No, not in my mind.
No. Good. I mean, a good, solid player, yes, but I don't remember him beyond him winning a World Series with the Diamondbacks.
and what do you remember about Scott Rowland?
Well,
Hell of a
I
third
never
baseman.
said he.
I'm Albert. You know,
Oh, okay.
that was a mention. I'm just wondering because now that you let those very good players in, now it's going to become the Hall of Very Good.
Well, yeah, that's what I think it's becoming. I don't think Hall of Fames. I think Hall of Fame shouldn't just allow people in. That's my opinion.
So Spivey still on the mound for Orange Coast. Brand at third, Debenham at short, Gomez at second, and late at first. Libertus in right, Dickinson in center, and Scally in left. Crab behind the dish, swing and a miss for Chicana.
And I think if you're Orange Coast, you're happy with what Spivey has done for you in this game so far, Corey. I think he has pitched a good game against Saddleback for the Pirates.
0-1 pitch to Tanaka, misses outside, 1-1.
Especially when you look at the last couple games. If you said, hey, my starting pitcher may go the whole distance and only give up 3 runs, you take it
Well, you look at
in
this.
today's game.
You look at this series. Catches the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Would you listen to the comments next to me?
Same page. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th. This one's golfed to first base underneath is late. Steps on the bag for the out. Tagupa now up to bat. But you look at the first game, Mark. The Pirates used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitchers in that 16-11 loss. Oscar Villarreal pitched a third of an inning. He gets the loss. Saddleback used 4 pitchers. Trevor Eby got the win in the matchup. So this is a good pitching duel thus far by both these players.
Yeah.
That's strike 1. In the second game, Pirates used 6 pitchers, with Russello getting the victory. A late swing by Tagupa. Confusing swing by Tagupa. He went an inning. Improved his record to 3-0. And Saddleback also used 5 pitchers. Blake Butcher got the loss, even in his record at 1-1. Swinging, chasing. Gets away from Crab, throws to first for the K. So efficient with the first 2 batters is Sawyer Spivey. Now the top of the order to Jacob Naso.
And I've got Spivey in this game now with 6 strikeouts so far. So
Naso, when he was in high school, he was the league athlete of the year at Trabuco Hills in that league. One and 0.
and Spivey averages just under 7 a game, Corey. So he's pitching an excellent game against a good hitting Bobcat team.
Takes that at the knees. As a team, they bat .343, do the Bobcats. Squares the bunt, lays one down the left field line. Brand barehanded throws, and Naso is safe into right field, and he takes second base on the overthrow. He's rounding third, and is he going to get there? Helmet flies off. He slides in safely on a bunt single and a 2-base throwing error by Brand. And the Bobcats are in business with 2 down. And one of the best hitters in the state, Michael DeVinny, coming up to the plate.
I'm feeling blessed with all these bunts that we're getting these last couple games. You know, I feel like old school is coming back.
It's a beautiful team, Mark, a beautiful team.
It is.
As Devaney, who was 5 for 6 on Monday, he's 2 for 3 today with 1 RBI, or excuse me, 2 for 3 today with a run scored, looking for his first RBI. First delivery by Spivey is high, 1-0. Devaney has 8 doubles this year. Low 2-0. This is not the position Spivey wants to be in against a professional hitter like Michael Devaney. Two-time All-League, All-CIF when he was at Aliso Niguel. 2-0 pitch down to Hart, 2-1.
Defense in the infield deep, except at third, up close to the bag. So if you can pull one here, it's going to play a little tougher play at third base.
Inside, 3-1. So when you look up the definitions in the dictionary of the quintessential hitter's count, it's here. 3 balls, 1 strike, pitcher got to come to you. Devaney this season, 10 walks. Make it 11. And it'll bring up Isaiah Morales, who made the leaping line drive catch to end the inning. Top half of the 6th for the Orange Coast College Pirates. And now Isaiah Morales has a chance to bring in one more. And Nate Johnson comes out to the mound, and that's going to be all for Sawyer Spivey. And we'll see who comes in for him. It looks like it's going to be Lyndon Glidewell out of Marietta Valley High School. Glidewell on the season. This is his 12th appearance. He is 1-0, 1 save in 21 2/3 innings pitched. 0.83 ERA.
He averages almost 7 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's only given up 1 home run so over that. And when you look at his strikeout to walk ratio, well, it's 4-1 to the good. 16 strikeouts and 4 walks for the season. So it's a consequential relief pitcher. Yeah, I can make him up too, can't I?
I was going to say that goes in order.
That's right.
So Glidewell pitched 3 2/3 in Monday.
He's given up only 2 earned runs the entire season. This is his 12th appearance for the Pirates. So we'll see what happens as he's warming up out there. Saddleback is stacked. They got a guy ready on third to come on home here on SportsNetUSA.net. Corey Neyland, Ed Ford, Albert Robles, and the old guy bringing you the action here on SportsNetUSA.net.
So Spivey goes 5 2/3. Gave up 2 earned runs. That third run on the board was unearned after a throwing error. Had 6 strikeouts. And that first pitch is inside corner for a strike. Six strikeouts, 4 walks for Spivey. Glidewell. So 5 2/3, 2 earned, 1 unearned, 6 Ks, 4 walks. And the Bobcats with 2 outs. Morales swings and fouls it off to the left side. One and 2 the count. So you got to think, Mark, anything in the gap, Davini scoring from first. He'll be moving with decent speed. Off speed, no. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A little high on that one. Didn't finish his pitch off.
And Morales looking to time that a little bit more. Fouls it to the left side. Late on a swing, trying to punch it to left field.
2-2 count, Corey.
Outside gets away and bounces right back to Crab. A fortunate bounce. But Davini takes second.
And now in a single, Davini should score easily. So it's the thing is that what you're looking at here is now it's that thing that if it's just that lazy little single, not 1 run in, but 2 runs in.
Morales, the lefty. Glidewell, the right-handed, delivers outside, 3 and 2. No, excuse me. Ball 4. I missed that last pitch, so second straight. A walk given up by a Pirate pitcher. And this will bring up Heft. So Jason, 2 RBI single in the first inning. Single in the third. Made the third out in the 4th inning. So let's see if he can break the game wide open against Glidewell. Pitch swing and a miss.
So Glidewell, who was releasing, maybe his pitch was a little too early because they were all working on the outside of the plate. That one finishes that one off in the middle of the plate.
The all-leaguer from San Clemente takes low, 1 and 1. UCSD and was his prior school, business major. And you'll like this, he is a student athlete. He was a scholar athlete in high school. Glidewell delivers outside, almost got away from Crab again. 2 and 1 with 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. The score knotted up at 3.
And Corey, when you look at it, it's when he's missing, he's missing. It's not a close miss. He's off the plate by 2 feet.
On the windup, a low, and that is a pitch that eyes wide open pitch for Heft. 2 and 2. The bottom simply dropped. And again, when Glidewell is on, his movement is wicked. That is high, 3 and 2. But when he's off, it's that other W word, it's wild. So let's see if this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs is wicked or wild to Heft. Bases loaded, Naso at third, Davini at second, and Morales at first. With 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, tied up at 3. 3-2 pitch, the payoff delivers, and low, no, at the knee, strike 3 called. And a big pitch, it was wicked. And so no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 stranded on the bags. We end 6 innings of play, tied at 3. On SportsNetUSA.net, Bobcat Baseball, exciting Bobcat Baseball.
And Albert, if you saw it the pitcher comes off the mound and starts barking at the Saddleback bench, and his coach comes out immediately and tells him to get in the thing. I mean, you know, hey, you lucked out a little by getting out of there. You don't get to turn around and start barking at me.
Yeah, it's like, congrats, you got the out that you were supposed to get out. It took you 2 hitters to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But nonetheless, they're out of the inning. So Tyler Burns, right-handed pitcher, 6 feet 170 from Trabuco Hills High School. Burns, his 7th appearance, 1 win this season to no losses, 11 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks. A robust 9 ERA.
409 is his ERA. Nine.
The
Oh, I'm
9
sorry.
is his Ks per
9 per.
9.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4.9. My
11
bad.
innings. That's
Ooh,
9.
thank you.
That's 9 per inning there, Corey.
Whew.
We're gonna stick you.
409.
We're gonna stick you out in right field, and you can get the days now.
I've never seen right field a day in my
I will
life.
borrow Mark's glasses there.
409 earned run average. Whew, I'm glad it wasn't a robust 9. Tyler Burns delivers high fly ball in the shallow center. Naso diving, and he made that catch. Debenham flies out. We were seeing one of the best center fielders in the Orange Empire Conference, Mark, in Jacob Naso. Bring up Alec Gomez. I mean, he ran a long ways. You see the replay here, and again, he just flew into the screen to make that catch. And you see the way he flipped that to his teammate, Tagupa. It's like, yeah, I had it all along, man. That was nice.
He said, I would have gotten a better jump on it, but I was still stunned by what Corey said.
Hey, my player doesn't have a 9. Alec Gomez, singled, scored, singled, scored. Takes the first 2 pitches from Burns outside, 2-0.
I think it's interesting at this ballpark too, guys, is the way the wind shifts so quickly.
Driven deep in the left field, and Tagupa, he's there.
Not quite the crazy athletic play as our center fielder, but a nice, smooth, athletic range for Tagupa.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I watched the flags and the trees here. It looked like the wind was going straight out to center. Then it looked like it was going to right center. And now it looks like it's coming across and going to left center. So for outfielders making plays out there, it's special.
Dribbler to Devaney, scoop, and over to Allen. And that is 3 up and 3 down. And a quick 7th. Top half of the 7th. Score tied at 3. As we move to the bottom of the 7th with the number 5, Allen, 6, Collins, and 7, Schwartzberg up to bat.
Get some more. Oh, I thought you were looking for more scores around the.
I was going to mention a former Bobcat.
Okay.
Connor Wilford was named Pac-12 Pitcher of the Week for Washington State recently. Also named one of the National Players of the Week by Collegiate Baseball. While he was here at Saddleback last year, 11-2 with a 3.07 earned run average. Had 3 times, Mark, he struck out 9 batters. In 96 innings pitched, he only walked 14 batters.
Wow.
And that was good enough for first team OEC.
Wow. You know, and I've looked at things. Jack Hodges, who was here for years, Corey, as the head coach for Saddleback Baseball from 1990 to 2011, built a proud program here that now's got this beautiful field. And, of course, there's been conversations about having a new field here.
traditional scores in baseball here.
Glidewell delivers. First pitch strike.
In the bottom of the 5th, Golden West leads Santa Ana 8-6. In the bottom of the 7th, Riverside leads Irvine Valley 4-1. And then also in the bottom of the 5th, Cypress leads Fullerton 5-2.
Glidewell delivers high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good action from the OEC. Golden West was up early in that game. They were up big. Santa Ana's coming back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th. And Mark, you didn't sing your song during that stretch.
Oh, I thought it was your turn because you're doing play-by-play. That's the guy who's saying, "Take me out to the ball game."
Glidewell fouled way back. And they got that protective netting to protect everybody's car in the parking lot.
You're supposed to stick your head out the window, tell everybody to stand up.
And the 2-2 pitch gets some chasing. So first strikeout for Glidewell. And this will bring up Jack Collins, who's had a solid series, but today he is 0 for 3.
Grounded back to the mound, flew out to center field, and then grounded out to first base.
Little drop kick of a pitch, 1-0. 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Bobcats. Glidewell serves up something low, and he fouls it away, 1-1. Good eye, 2-1. Scally in left and Dickinson center, Libertus in right field. No changes in the outfield. High, 3-1. No changes on the infield with Brand, Debenham, Gomez, and Light from left to right. Behind the plate still is Crab. Glidewell came in last inning and finished up for a solid game from Sawyer Spivey. Fouled straight back.
And of course, you look at that last inning, we'll see how momentous it was to change the outcome of this game. Looked like Saddleback was going to break it open.
Swing and a miss. One more time. So 2 strikeouts for Glidewell, which will bring up Schwartzberg.
And Albert, you look at that last inning when Saddleback really had a chance to just run away with this game, and then you get a relief pitcher that comes out, struggles, and then gets that last out. Now he comes out here and he's dealing easily.
Yeah, that out to end the inning, I definitely say was a huge boost to his confidence despite that early struggle to that first batter that he faced. And now he's just coming out dealing.
Inside. 1-1 to Schwartzberg.
And he is quick on the mound.
Never a negative. Curveball. 1-2. And again, excellent movement for Glidewell. Tried to come back with the same pitch, left it short, 2-2. Came with some heat that time. But again, Schwartzberg stays alive, fouling it off. 2-2. Stays the count with 2 outs. Bottom 7. The lowest scoring game thus far in this 3-game set. And a swing, a defensive swing and a miss by Schwartzberg. And we were talking about, is it wicked or wild? That one was wicked. As an end of 7 innings, it's still tied 3-3. This is Bobcat Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, let's go back to it. Albert, I'm going to throw this at you because you saw what Spivey did. I thought he pitched well for why he was in there, because this is a team that gets up a lot of runs in Orange Coast. Then you come in with a relief pitcher that looks like he's struggling, and now all of a sudden, magically, he comes out here and strikes out the side. I feel like if there's such a thing as momentum in sports, it's got to be with the Pirates right now.
Absolutely. I mean, sure he struggled to that first at batter, but he got the out that he needed to get, stranding the bases loaded in a very critical situation, and comes out and gets 1, 2, 3, I believe, all strikeouts, and a nasty high and tight, huge, like spun him around like a top, like on that last pitch. Just filthy, filthy stuff from the pitcher that round.
So we'll see what happens as Saddleback gets ready to answer. It's a great day here on SportsNetUSA.net. We want to thank everybody at Saddleback College for inviting us to come on out and call it a good baseball game. On a beautiful day when you look at baseball, Albert couldn't have painted the picture any better out here for baseball.
Oh, like this positioning of the field, it's glorious. Like, you got a beautiful campus off to your left and some just luscious green hills off to the right, right behind right field and right center. It's absolutely beautiful out.
Dickinson starts us off in this 8th inning. Grounds to Morales at short. Over to Allen. 6-3 put out for out number 1. And Burns takes over for Zwalin, who had an excellent game himself. 6 innings pitched, 5 Ks, 1 walk. Two of those runs were earned. 1 was not. So Libertus, who's 0 for 3. Ground ball. Diving at third is Deviney. Strong arm. Got him. Let's see on that replay if we've got it. We do. Libertus hits it hard. And he's over to first base. Look safe to me.
Yeah, I had him called safe.
The replay has him safe.
I had him safe.
But nonetheless, Deviney laying out and delivering the second out.
I'd say if Deviney doesn't, short hop that, then absolutely, the throw would have beaten the runner.
Fouled back. 0-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning.
Don't you love it to replay every once in a while? You sit there and go, okay.
Yeah, on the field, I probably would have called him out as well. Popped straight up. And that thing never came down.
I was just waiting for it to hit the roof of our press box here, but that clang never came.
Still up there.
That's it. Gabby caught it.
0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1-2 to late. Ground to second, ground to first. Struck out in his 3 at-bats. A righty to the lefty. Serves high. 2-2. Here's Burns. Ball 3.
Entire field acted like they got that call.
Now you know you're going to have to deliver one because ump ain't giving you anything close on that after that. And that outside pitch has been a strike all day. And right there, ball 4.
Hey, we giveth and we taketh away.
The replay, good frame job. Yeah, it was outside. So Brand steps up with one on base, 2 outs.
You know, sometimes a good frame job can really help out, but it was very clear it was an exaggerated frame.
Runner on first base is late. Brand pops up. Right field coming in is Tanaka for the third and final out of the top of the 8th inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. So at the end of 7.5, it is Bobcats 3, Pirates 3. This is SportsNetUSA.net. Mark, Corey, Albert, Ed, the whole crew here at Saddleback to our left. Fun times.
Yeah, I just took the speed gun and checked you on that one. I mean, you're talking about 98 miles an hour.
About how fast we drive sometimes on road trips trying to get to a game.
That's true. That's true.
Remember,
Especially if we're going to Bakersfield
got to make up that time as Glidewell stays on the mound.
or San Bernardino. Or if you and Ed are going to Victorville, about 98 miles an hour.
Nobody drives fast to get to Victorville. Now leaving, there you go. Safe.
You out of there.
Glidewell. Crab. At first base is late. Second, Gomez. The Bennon at short. Brand at third. Scally, Dickinson, and Libertus. Left to right in the outfield. And so now we have Tanaka. I keep combining his first name and last name. It's not Takani. It's Makani Tanaka. It's the third time I've done that. Sorry, Mr. Tanaka. He flies one to right field, or excuse me, second base. So P4 for 1 to Goopa. He was 0 for 3, struck out 3 times. Steps to the plate.
It's only 8 innings.
Oh, 1 to count. Quick work as Glidewell slides well and delivers the strike for number 2. 0-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Okay, he's quicker than quick on the mound, Mark.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he gets the ball, he sets, and he goes.
He's up there playing catch. This is in the dirt, 2-2. And now you got me thinking his pants really do look like slacks.
They do, yeah.
Foul ball. Bottom of the bat right there, right at the hands. To Goopa, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Maybe hoping to catch a fingernail on that one. 2-2 with 1 out. 2 and 3. And when it's 2 and 3, that means it's a strikeout. You like that, right? 4 strikeouts. This one looking by Tagupa. Top of the order, Naso. You didn't know where I was going with that, did you?
I did not, but I figured I'd stay out of the way because I didn't want to get run over.
Naso high outside, 1-0. Just playing catch, fastball misses. Fastball misses. 2-0. Last pitch clocked at 87 miles an hour. Two and 1. 2-2. 4 straight fastballs. consistent. Now you got me looking at the gun over there.
That's the first time he stepped off the mound and walked away, or just catching the ball and throwing.
3 and 2 smiles after that pitch. That one got away. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Naso, who singled his last time at bat, stranded at third in the 7th. And there's ball 4. So Naso gets aboard on a walk. So Naso 3 for 4 with the walk. Davini is 2 for 3 with a walk.
I take off on the first pitch. Here.
He's got 2 stolen bases.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go on the first pitch.
They were already picked off once.
So I'd go. You know, he likes to go real fast. I'd go right now.
So Saddleback in the bottom of the 8th, their 7th inning. Naso was on 3rd, Davini was on 2nd, and Morales was on 1st. The bases were loaded and did nothing with it. Now with 2 outs, Naso is at first base, and Davini, one of the best hitters in the state, looking to drive him home. So with 2 outs here, and again, Orange Coast is thinking like Mark. They're inside your brain. They're going to send him, Second throw over, he was back in time. Davini just under it, high in the left field. Scally tracing at 3:31 makes the catch with a 3rd out of the inning. So we go to the top of the 9th with the score tied at 3. Bobcat Baseball on sportsnetusa.net. So we look at a couple of scores, or we had a couple of scores up north. Well, we did.
Oh, you lost your scores up north?
Yeah, but that's quite okay. As Burns stays on the mound for Saddleback. Tagupa, Naso, Tanaka in outfield. Davini, Morales, Heft, and Allen in the infield. Collins still behind the plate. Kyle Koppelma steps, and he'll lead off. He's been on base a couple times. Walked, singled. Curve is in there for a strike, 0-1. 0-2. Koppelma does not agree. Burns ahead in the count.
I've always found that most hitters don't like the delayed call strike.
There's strike 3. So the first punch out by Tyler Burns and JT Crabb. Now who had an RBI double in the the 4th inning. That tied the game at 3. And that's ball 1. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Fastball. First fastball of this inning. 7 hits by Saddleback, 5 for Orange Coast. That one got away from Burns. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tyler was all league at San Clemente High School. Fastball popped up underneath, and it is out of play. Almost took out 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, I always love when a foul ball's hit like that. Somebody sitting next to you, they stick their arm over your head like it's magical. It's like, you know, catch it. Stand up and catch it. I mean, so what? You got a little growth on your palm.
Another curveball, just missed as an inside, 3-2. Tyler Burns has a twin brother. Found that interesting. I like reading the bios. Swing and a miss, strike 3, his second K. Let's bring up Debenham. So pinch hitter for Debenham is going to be Kobe Williams from Antioch, 6'4", 215 pounds. So Williams on the season comes into this at-bat with 17 hits, batting .315. 1 home run and 8 RBI.
Struck out 14 times, has walked 10, so a nice little balance of seeing what's around the plate.
So Burns misses low, 1-0. His first 2 strikeouts of the game comes this inning. Took over in the 7th inning. Took over for C.J. Swallen. Ground ball, base hit by Williams. So the Pirates trying to start something with 2 outs with Alec Gomez, who started the game off with a single. He steps to the plate with 2 singles, a ground out, and a fly out. Williams has 1 stolen base, not a threat to run. And so we're going to have a pinch runner, it looks like. So we will have a pinch runner. So Taylor Takada at Kailua High School in Hawaii. 5'11", 185, has 2 stolen bases on the season. More speed than Williams. Not a big lead at first base. Takes another half a step. Burns delivers an overarching curveball for the first strike. It's part of the last year's Orange County All-Star game. And we've said it once, we'll say it before, there's so much talent in this Orange County area.
Oh, yeah.
In every single sport, but it's more pronounced in baseball because you look at the sheer number of the rosters. Another fastball. Gomez thinks too low. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are some programs that carry enormous amount of players in baseball and some in softball also.
Throw to first. Back in time. Courtesy throw. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. A pitcher's duel compared to the first 2 games of the season. Or excuse me, of the series, excuse me. 1 run for OCC in the first, 1 run in the third, 1 in the 4th. Saddleback scored all 3 of their runs in the bottom of the first inning mark. Bats have been quiet since. In the 7th, they had the bases loaded with 2 outs, but couldn't come through.
Well, and give it to Spivey. I thought he pitched an excellent game for the Pirates while he was out there.
Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And then you have a relief pitcher that comes in and shuts the door. On the flip side for Saddleback, they've been solid on the mound the entire game.
They do have that 1 error. Committed 3 errors in the first game. 1 here. 1 in the second. Or excuse me, 2 in the second game. There goes the runner, and Takada is in there with a stolen base. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning, score tied at 3. Takada in scoring position at second base for the Pirates. Gomez, strong day thus far, pops one up. And it's going to be out of play. No, not out of play. People were running. I got confused. And Collins makes the grab to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base at the end of 8 1/2. It's tied at 3. This is Bobcat Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net. Due up for the Bobcats is Morales, Heft, and Allen.
Let's look around the CCCAA. Ventura over Rio Hondo. That was a rescheduled game. That's going on right now. Canyons down to Mission 3-2. That's a final after 7 innings. San Diego Mesa, bottom of the 9th, beating San Diego City 7-3. Cuesta and Moore Park, no score from that game. LA Pierce up by 1 over Oxnard, heading to the bottom of the 6th. Mount Sac, they're getting throttled by Pasadena, as it's Pasadena 8, Mount Sac 0 in the top of the 7th. Fullerton losing to Cypress at the bottom of 5, 5-2. Cerritos trailing Compton 4-1. Riverside up over Irvine Valley in that game. That's an important game here in the OAC. Golden West College over Santa Ana 8-6 in the 5th. In East LA, as they head to the top of the 9th, trailing El Camino 2-0. Feather River trying to stay in front of Butte. Some of the other scores around the CCCAA.
So Isaiah Morales, starts off, then Heft, and then Allen for their team led by Summer McCartney. 269 wins, 154 losses. 2016, 2022 Orange Empire Conference champions, and Morales takes the first pitch for a strike from Glidewell, and Glidewell works fast, is 1-1.
Arms warming up in the bullpen for OCC.
Morales fouls it back to the left side. In the bullpen is Chase Russello, the lefty, and we'll get the righty in just a moment. Morales pops it up in the left field. Late jump by Scally, but he's there to make the catch for the first out. And Mark, speaking of arms, Saddleback got their second no-hitter in their history this year. That was versus Grossmont.
No hitters are an exciting game to watch, too, Corey, when you think about it. So that's the thing. So a little action in the bullpen. See if Orange Coast, if there's a crack in the armor, will run out there and throw somebody else on the mound.
And along with Russello is loosely Heft. Heft's one in the right field, but right at Libertus. And this will bring up Mr. Allen. JC, 6'3" out of Irvine. JC Allen, 1 home run this season, 23 RBI. If you're a Saddleback fan, you're hoping for 2 home runs and 24 RBI. And if you're a Pirate fan, you're looking for the top of the 10th inning. Inside, ball 2.
And of course, you know, I would look at you, Albert, and tell you that Corey already had said, you know what we're going to get today? Tie game. We're going extra innings before we even got here.
3-0.
Getting a little bit of shadows creeping out of the field with some cloud cover. Was over the infield, now over the outfield.
So Grooves won there for the first strike, 3-1. Inside. And Mark, we had a 2-3 count. Now we've got a 4-1 count. As Jack Collins steps to the plate, top 5 hitter in the state, leads the team in average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage.
And again, I said the runner.
With 2 outs,
Absolutely.
I got to be hitting and running. There's a hit, bouncer. Up under it is Debin, and he's out. Debin throws it high to Late. Late got that tap dance down. And that'll end the 9th inning on no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. So at the end of 9 full innings, we go to 10, tied up at 3 on SportsNetUSA.net. Bobcat Baseball at its finest. 3-3 is your score. So new pitcher on the mound for Saddleback is going to be Nathan Hellman, who was part of that no-hitter against Grossmont. 6'4", 240 out of Dana Hills High School. Hellman is a business major. He was an all-league baseball player, all-league football player. He has 2 saves this season, 1 victory. 11 2/3 innings pitched this season. 3.09 earned run average, not 14.66. That would be his K per 9. He's got 11. He's got 19 strikeouts and 6 walks. As the rest stay the same, Deviney, Morales, Heft, and Allen around the infield. Collins behind the plate. Tanaka, Naso, and Tagupa from right to left.
So the temperature's dropping a little, people putting on coats. The shade is coming over the top. Still a nice day here for baseball. It's a beautiful day. Here on SportsNetUSA.net, Ed Ford, Albert Robles, Corey Neyland, and the old guy. Happy to be with you as we head into extra innings here on SportsNetUSA.net.
Scally, Dickinson, and Libertus. Riley. Strike. So Hellman's got some heat to him. The last pitch was 89 miles an hour. He can get into the 90s. 0-2.
If you can throw my age, you're throwing pretty hard.
You look good for 112. Fastball tipped. Count stays 0-2. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Pirates. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Bobcats. Bobcats needing a logo change on a couple of websites. Hellman. Smoke.
And Corey, it's interesting here too with the short porch, 328 down the right field line. I haven't seen a ball even come close to going in that direction in this entire game. I mean, even the balls hit in right field have been more in right, not down the right field line, unless it's a little blooper that's just clearing first base.
And that one delivers low. 1 ball, no strikes.
And we have the wind blowing straight away to center again.
Two balls and no strikes. Steady diet of fastness. Two 2-0 pitch. Another fastball outside, 3-0. Dickinson a double and a couple of ground outs. Three balls, 1 strike. Has one of the RBIs today.
That double you talked about was way back in the first inning of this game.
Low. So Dickinson reaches on a walk, and that brings up the power hitting Libertus. Jaden had a home run in game number 1 of the series. So he's capable of putting runs on the board, capable of leaving the park. 9 home runs coming into the game, 26 RBI. Sliding back to first base is Dickinson. Dickinson a threat to steal. He's got 6 stolen bases on the season. He's got a healthy lead at first base. I like the oven mitts the base runners wear now, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Give that a little extra reach.
Popped straight up and out of play. And we've seen Libertus 4 times, Mark. He's not cheated out of any swings.
No.
When you talk about full swings, he takes them. No check swings up. No choking up. Throw back. Throw over.
Flew to right, flew to center, and then grounded out to third is what Libertus has done in this game.
And there's the check swing. Strike. 1, no balls, 2 strikes. Good pitch by Hellman. Dickinson leading to first. And throws over. So Hellman, even though Dickinson was leaning to first base, that healthy lead is a step in now. Step closer to first instead of second. Now he takes that healthy lead back. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. There he goes. Throw from Collins, got him. So 2-4 if you're scoring at home. Jack Collins, you saw that replay there? You saw the replay and the umpire had the best view. He wanted it all for himself. And there's a curveball misses. 2-2. I only got enough for 9 spots. In the dirt, 3-2. 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. Dickinson just got thrown out by Jack Collins. An excellent throw by Collins. Better tag by Heft. And it looked like Dickinson got a really good lead as well. That's low. Yes, it was. And this will bring up Zach Late. Ground out, strike out, walk. That has been his attempts this afternoon. Fastball misses high again by Hellman. No follow through on the delivery. Libertus not a threat to steal. Actually, he is a threat to steal.
I was going to say.
He's got 8 with that leads the team.
I'd send him too.
Well, you're sending everybody.
I'm
so that's
sending
not
everybody.
A surprise.
I'll make my catcher go after you.
Yeah, and you saw what Collins did. Yeah, go ahead and run on me. I dare you.
Sweep tag. I don't know. You could have got away with maybe a safe call on that one too.
He was out. 2 outs. 2 balls, no strikes. Late trying to extend the inning. Another throw over.
And it's nice to watch the different pickoff moves. You get a deliberate, making sure nobody's got your timing down on the mound.
Swings through is Late.
So things blink of an eye to catch a nasty little fastball. That's all it takes. You blink your eye, the ball's by you.
Up, Devaney ranges, and is out of play.
You know, they should make a special rule. If you can run through the dugout, get past your own players, and catch on the other side, it's an out.
That's too much.
Well, first of all, running, I know, already disqualified you.
Yeah, but that's too much. Come on now.
Hey. They've changed the rules for baseball. I mean, look at, where's the wooden bat? You know I missed the wooden bat.
And a stolen base for Libertus. That's number 9.
And Mr. Pavlovich says run him. See? Yeah,
but when you have 1,800 base runners and you're running 1,800 times, that's not much of a surprise.
You know? And he stole that on the pitcher before the move.
Oh, yeah. It was very deliberate. I mean, he's not pitching out of the stretch. He's going full windup. High leg kick. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Strike 3, swinging, getting him. So the stolen base is all for Knox. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. It is Saddleback's turn in the 10th. And they'll bring up Schwartzberg, Tanaka, and Tagupa. So new pitcher for Orange Coast. And it looks like it is the lefty. And that's going to be Chase Russello. So Russello out of Fountain Valley High School. 11 appearances. This is number 12. 3-0 on the season. Won the second game yesterday. 17 innings pitched, 3 earned run average, or 3.06 earned run average. So at first base, Kane and Treese at first base. And Russello on the mound. Those are the only changes. The rest stays the same. So Scally, Dickinson, and Libertus stay in the outfield from left to right. Brand, Devin, and Gomez at third, short, and second. Treese at first base. Crab still behind the plate. So on Thursday, Russello pitched 1 inning and got the win. Orange Coast came back in the 9th inning to score 2 runs to take that second game 8-7. Saddleback won the first game 16-11. They had 19 hits in that first game. And Schwartzberg skies one to Treese at first. He comes in and gets action. So first at bat, 1 pitch, 1 out. And Tanaka back. Tanaka is due.
Struck out, fly to right, then grounded out to first, and then popped up to second. He's 0 for 4.
Breaking ball comes across the plate, 0-1. Golf swing 0-2. So 3 runs scored by the Bobcats in the first inning, and that's been it. Scattered 7 hits. 1-2. Pirates 1-1, 1-3, 1-4. Those 3 runs in the first, third, and fourth innings. They've scattered 6 hits. Two balls and 2 strikes. The Pirate fans don't like that call. Tanaka lives for another pitch with 1 out in the bottom of the 10th inning. That's high, 3-2.
And you look at Chase Rosello, interesting way he lines up, puts his glove on his shoulder, sort of blocks out his face so he can't see where he's looking, constantly fidgeting with the ball behind his back.
And again, Tanaka stays alive. Barely gets that one. Second foul off his foot. Approaching mark a 3-hour run time here. Inside out, foul back. Beautiful day here, South Orange County. Bobcat Field. We've been here a few times this year, right across the way calling Bobcat basketball.
Little Bobcat soccer.
There
Here
you go.
on sportsnetusa.net.
There's strike 3. So Tanaka down on strikes. Tagupa steps up. So the 8 and 9 batters are 0 for 9 thus far. Let's see if Tagupa can get the first hit on one of the 8 or 9 batters. And Mark, you mentioned the women's soccer team. Curveball, strike 1. They won the state playoffs and the state championship this year.
Yeah, they were, I mean, they were so deep, it was amazing.
Bunted straight back to Rosello, and he throws over to Treese. That's going to be out number 3. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors. At the end of 10, score remains tied at 3. This is Bobcat Baseball on sportsnetusa.net.
Well, you look at what OCC has done. They've now got 12 strikeouts in this game. So they have been proficient on the mound with 3 different pitchers out there. They haven't really been lackluster where you might say the pitching wasn't superb in the first couple games. It has stepped up today for both the staffs here on sportsnetusa.net.
Absolutely, and you know, Saddleback has absolutely had their chances to score and get right back in this game and finish it off, but the Pirates have absolutely stepped up when they needed to right on the mound and get the key outs that they've needed to get.
Yeah, and Albert, the thing that's a little interesting too is when you look at it, it's 328 down the right, 382 in the power alley in right field, 400 dead center, 373 and 337. Those outside numbers to me mean absolutely nothing. 328 and 337. I don't see anybody pulling the ball down the line here, nor do I see anybody hitting a line drive to right field down the line either.
The few balls that have gone to left or right have usually just stopped dead, like mid, like very shallow left or very shallow right. The ball just tends to die, despite what the wind has actually been doing today. A scoring update here. So Santa Ana and Golden West are tied at 10 in the top of the 7th.
Fouled back, Evan Brand.
Final in Riverside,
Ethan.
7-1, Riverside over Irvine Valley.
And Albert, that Golden West game, Golden West was up 6-0 early on. And Santa Ana came all the way back.
That is an absolute collapse there for Golden West. Top of the 8th, Cypress leads Fullerton 5-4.
Ethan Brand leads off the top of the 11th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hellman still on the mound for the Bobcats, and that's a low 2-1.
Yeah, at Fullerton Cypress game, important because they're chasing this home Saddleback team in the standings. Whoever can win that one.
Hellman fires strike 2.
Cypress beat Fullerton the other day. That game here on sportsnetusa.net.
in the dirt, 3-2. And again, you can tell Hellman likes to throw that heat, trying to develop other pitches. But again, accuracy has been an issue. Grounded in the hole. Morales ain't gonna get it. That's a C&I single for Ethan Brand.
Good effort to get a glove on it, but not enough to even make a play.
And Kyle Koppelma, he steps into the right side of the box.
Now running at first base for the Pirates, number 4, Owen Russell. The PH, number 22, Koppelman.
So pinch runner is Owen Wessel at first base. Koppelma shows bunt. Sliding back is Wessel. So score tied at 3. Here's where the Pavlovich game plan comes into play with no outs.
You betcha.
7 hits apiece, 3 runs apiece. Speedy runner at first base. There he goes, bunt, and gets away from Collins as Wessel slides into second base. So we've got a runner in scoring position. And the Pirates, did he move the bat back? Yes, he did. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Top of the 11th inning. So they were arguing to see if he brought that bat back.
Yeah, Saddleback was saying he offered. The umpire said he didn't. And things is too, Corey, you can tell that's a straight steal because the runner never looked to see where the ball was. If it was a bunt and run or a run and bunt, which happens sometimes, you're going to look over your shoulder and glance. If you do, Albert, he's turning at second and heading to third.
So even though it got away from Collins, it's not a pass ball, not a wild pitch. That is a stolen base. So he squares again. Pops straight up and back. No bend of the legs. No softness on the receive.
That was ugly.
Morales at short, Heft at second for the Bobcats.
And remember, if you're the batter up there and you're the bunter, the point is you're giving yourself up. So, you know, just drop the bat on the ball. Do not sit there and play. Square. There it is.
Third, and that's perfectly executed, and it's an error as well. The second error by Davini. So you don't count that as a base hit.
No.
That's E5 for the second time. So now there's runners at the corners with no outs.
Rule number 1, you pick up the bunt and you throw it. You never look to see where the runner's at because the next thing you say to yourself is, I got to get this out of my hands.
JT Crabb has 1 double, and that produced a run.
Excuse me, I got to signal the coach down on Orange Coast because what did I tell him earlier today? When it's time to squeeze, coach, look up here in the box. Mark's giving you the sign.
And again, that's 9 out of 10 times you're giving that sign, so one of them's got to work.
Hey, so far all the guys that have been running, when I said they've been running, most of them have made it.
Because you send everybody Hellman. No, but I like that, though. No, but seriously, they have been running. You called it. That is like, here's the time to run. And they've gone, and they've been successful. That's for both teams. And Hellman goes out. Not his strongest performance, and this will bring in. We'll see in just one moment who's taking it over. Butcher. That's going to be Blake Butcher out of Newport Beach, Corona Del Mar High School. 9 Ks per 9, excuse me. Okay. And a 0.82 earned run average on the season. Butcher is 1-1. So a little momentum trying to stall as Orange Coast. Both of you talked about it earlier in this ball game. In baseball, can you have momentum? And we're seeing Orange Coast has it now.
Oh, I think, Albert, you were right on the money when you said the pitching changed this whole game around for Orange Coast College.
Absolutely, and for Saddleback bringing in a pitcher who has stats like Butcher, this is clearly this is clearly one of our guys who can help shift things potentially back in our favor.
And here's the thing, Albert, I'm going to look at you. Now, how are you going to set up your defense if you're Saddleback? Are you bringing everybody in, or what are you going to do? You're in extra innings, so you don't want to give up the run.
Well, you have runners on first and second right now, with no outs.
Third.
First and third?
Yeah.
My apologies there. I would honestly play no doubles defense. I mean, on whatever happens, odds are that runner from third is probably going to play. But what you don't want is that runner on first to get past second base. You at least want to try to keep it a one-run game if that run from third advances.
Everybody in. That runner's not scoring from third base. You got to keep that off because you've scored 3 runs. That was in the first inning. You haven't done anything else offensively in this ball game, so you want to try to keep that runner from scoring at third base by all means necessary.
So they're bringing the infield up like Mr. Neyland just suggests. A little surprised the outfield hasn't taken a couple steps in.
Well, JT Crab has a double. So again, he's capable with the bat. Came into the game batting .294, healthy lead at first.
I send my runner at first.
And they're thinking same wavelength.
And the reason I do this, sending my runner at first, and now you're going to move your second baseman back just for that reason. But if you do send him and you happen to get the runner at home, you've got a runner at second base in scoring position again.
There he goes. Squeeze. No. They thought about it. As if there was a throw down to second base, he was definitely going to third. He's definitely coming home, was Wessel.
See, Coach got my signal. Coach got my signal. See, he said, yeah, Mr. P, I like this thinking.
Koppelma at second. Wessel at third. Pinch running for Brand, who singled. 3-3 the score, top of the 11th inning. Fouled back by Crab.
Okay, again, I've got to ask you now. Does it look like the right fielder's in a step or two in the outfield for the Bobcats?
I think they all are.
Okay. Because I think you need to bring them in at least one more step, just because.
1-1 pitch on the way. Slow moving ball across the plate. 2-1.
Because now if a ball gets hit to the outfield for the Bobcats, I want my outfielders in a little because I only want that one run that'll get in.
2-1 pitch, skied, high, back, heft. Okay, so that's out number 1. And now Taylor Takata. He came in to pinch run. And now he gets his first ups of the ball game, the lefty, with 1 out. I'm with you on that, actually. Mark says drag one to the right side. Hope you score the speedy Wessel. And he tries to go to the right side.
Oh, it would have worked.
And just foul.
He dragged it right. They score the run.
Allen was approaching from first.
He saw Corey.
Butcher.
He saw my signal.
Allen at first base. Collins the catcher. Pitcher is Butcher. At third is Devaney. He's got 2 errors tonight. And Takata, his first at bat. Line, nice snag by Heft. He comes home, but safe sliding head first is Wessel. RBI for Takata.
Heck of a grab over at second base. He went down and got it. I thought the play was going to get made at home. And just got up and just threw a little off, but a beautiful defensive play, even though OCC scored. Heck of a play at second.
And advancing to third is Koppelma. So runners at the corners. Takata at first.
Corey, he doesn't make that play. 2 runs are in easily.
Gomez now at bat. He face turns and bunts. He lays one down, and here comes Koppelma at home. He's out. So great play by Butcher. Watch him spring off the mound as Gomez lays one down, but Butcher is there quickly. Scoop and toss easily. Koppelman is out at home. So that's out number 2.
Left fielder number 13, Evan Scally.
So Scally with the 1-run lead. And they didn't give Takata the hit. So 7 hits for each team, 4 runs as the Pirates take the lead. Pirates came into this ball game 15-10 on the season. Runner at second base is Takata. There's one foul back. At first base is Gomez.
Well, yeah, they would have called the play for Takata, fielder's choice with the attempt at home. They would have had to give it a hit if he'd have tried to throw him out at first base.
You know I'm a beneficial scorekeeper, Mark.
I do.
Everybody gets a hit.
Well, I'm happy because I've seen a couple bunts, and then there was the score, and then there was the squeeze play attempted. So I'm thrilled.
Throw to second. Takata's back in time.
Just realizes that everybody does think like I do, and I'm, you know, got that old crafty mind.
You know what they say about the squirrel they can't see. Butcher, the righty. Scally waited on it over the glove, just a tip by Devaney, and here comes Takata. And he makes it 5-3 Pirates.
And Corey, that just the tip of that third base glove was enough to slow the ball getting to the outfield that makes the play at home impossible to throw the runner out.
Number 16, Zach.
So Dickinson steps to the plate. Hasn't had a strong outing at the plate. Made a couple plays on the outfield. Well, again, 5 runs, 8 hits. Swing and a miss. OCC leads the all-time series 80 to 65 all time. including the game on Monday and the game on Thursday. Outside. So runners at first and second. There's still 2 outs, and 1-1 is the count.
And give it to the coaching staff at OCC. Those runners get there because you moved the runners. You had action by the runners.
Trying to go down the outside. Good pitch by Butcher. So 1-2 is the count. Saddleback came in 6-2 in conference, 18-5 overall. Orange Coast 2-6. And they were trying to get out of that funk Nate Johnson was talking about. That misses. Top of the 11th inning. Saddleback put up their 3 runs in the first inning, haven't scored since. There's 2 more here for Orange Coast. And they've scattered their runs throughout this ball game. Fouled straight back, Dickinson. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Don't forget more community college softball, baseball on sportsnetusa.net. I heard you guys are going swimming soon. Maybe.
Maybe.
We shall see. Sky high, out of play. And everybody scatters as that one almost made it to the booth.
Almost. I thought it was coming through the window. I was, you should have told me, Mark, lean out.
And that's good quickness.
It's a good thing that little edge of the window's still right there in front of you.
Hey, Ed's seen how quick my hands are.
And they're still broken.
I can hold a 5-pound bag of ice and call a game.
2 strikes with 2 outs. Dickinson curveball got him looking. Frozen pitch. 5-3 is your score. As we move to the bottom of the 11th inning, they put up 2 on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. This is Saddleback Bobcat Baseball on sportsnetusa.net. I was going to mess that whole thing up.
Oh.
Corey, the old guy, a young guy, and Ed.
Well, we talked the scoreboard when it came to baseball. A little score in softball. Fullerton over Santa Ana right now. Palomar beating Mount Sac 2-1 in their game. That's a final. The Fullerton game was a final. Cabrillo beats Yuba 6-0. That's a final.
And real quick, Mark, new pitchers, Diamond Loosely out of Walnut Creek, Las Lomas High School. And he 5.68 earned run average on the season, and he's 2-1.
San Mateo winning their game so far today. Butte over Redwood 11-3. Sierra over Consumnes River 3-0. That went 10 innings in that game. Modesto losing to Sac City. Monterey Peninsula, one of the big teams this year, over Hancock 7-4. Palomar and Santiago Canyon, well, it's Palomar. They're as good as advertised. And Cerritos loses to Canyons 3-0.
Some more updates in the baseball score area. Golden West is now down 2 runs. Santa Ana leads 12-10 in the top of the 8th. Final score from Riverside 7-1. Riverside wins over Irvine Valley. And in the top of the 9th, Cypress still leads Fullerton 5-4.
And this just shows you how more increasingly important that last inning was for Saddleback, because they're right on the heels of Riverside, but Riverside just continues to keep winning in the OEC.
So loosely. 12 innings this year.
Bottom of the 11th, center fielder number 9, Jacob Naso.
Jacob Naso's had a strong game. In the field, at the plate, looking to start things off right, because this is it if they don't get 2 runs in the bottom of the 11th inning. So we'll see if Jacob can get things started for your Bobcats. First and third are in. Naso, good speed. Well equipped with the bat.
Need to be patient as a hitter here.
Takes that for a strike, 1-1.
And Corey, you must admit the home plate umpire has been consistent, like it or not, where he has called the strikes all day today. Could have been off the plate, but he's consistently called strikes off the plate.
Too much off the plate and high, 2-1. Popped up, given chase is Brand, and that's out of play. Actually, that's not Brand, that's Alec Gomez, who moved from second to third base as Wessel ran for Brand last inning. So Gomez moves to third. And it's 3-2. So Naso, left-handed batter, up in the box with no outs, takes it low. That's the way to start it off if you're a Bobcat.
Well, we talked about it, Corey, that you had to be patient. That's exactly what he did. And now it'll be interesting to see what you do. I know people are going to go, okay, Mr. Pavlovich, you liked it with OCC running. If you're Saddleback, I know people are going to say don't run yourself out of the inning. But again, I'm going to put my runners in motion.
So that infield is Treese at first base, Wessel at second. Third base is Gomez, moving from second to third. And the new shortstop is Takata. So Davini, this is the top of the order for the Bobcats. This is their best opportunity to get 2 on the board. And Davini takes the first pitch for a strike.
And again, you be patient as a hitter, as a runner. Try and get this down. If you can get that break, you've been successful all year long as a running team.
And that's low. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, down by 2. 5-3 is your score. Loosely delivers, curveball. What had happened was that like broke over the plate.
Yeah, it did.
Kinda, sorta,
Ended up
maybe.
on the outside, but you know.
No, that's what the umpire is saying. 1-2 is the count. There goes the runner in the dirt. Easily up is Naso. Turns and thought about 3. No, he's there. You don't get that one.
Runner was going. What do you mean I don't get that? The runner was going.
You don't get that one.
Oh.
That's
Didn't I say to start the runner?
That's
Yes.
like 8 pitches ago.
Oh, please. Man.
It's like starting my very first car. No. Turn it. No.
Wow. Wow.
So runner at second base is Naso. Davini bounces one. Gomez looks to run it back. Throws to first. So 5-3 on the putout for the first out in the 11th. This will bring up Morales, Isaiah. Scored a run, walked, 2 singles. And this ball game struck out and flew out. Low and outside. Or excuse me, outside corner, excuse me. 0-1. I don't know what I was looking at. Foul back, 0-2.
You probably thought it was a pass ball.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom 11, extra innings here at Bobcat Field. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors thus far for the Saddleback. And just misses.
Good non-call.
Wind continuing to whip around today. Right now, heading out from like left to right, almost towards the power alley in right center.
Foul tip caught by Crabb. 2 down. And now it's up to Heft. So Jason looking to keep it alive here on this Saturday afternoon at the ballpark. Singled, struck out. Grounded out and flew out.
Infield is deep for OCC.
Low, 1-0. And that runner on second doesn't mean that much too. You got to get that third out if you're the Pirates. Heft trying to find the hole. Once a pitch he can groove. Influencer strike, Mark. Influencer. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peer pressure. Curveball. Two balls and 1 strike. Outside. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Jason Heft. He's walked 13 times this season. With a 3-1 count, it's got to be your pitch. It's his pitch. He drives one into left field. Back deep is Scally, and he gets the grab at the warning track. And that is going to do it. As OCC comes back and takes this one 5-3.
Well, I tell you what, I'd give it to the pitching staff of Orange Coast College in this whole game, and the fact that the manager had his guys running when he should have. I'm going to give it to the managers and the pitching staff. That's why they beat Saddleback today.
For that one, for Saddleback, missed opportunities to score. Best chance, of course, was in the 7th. Came up just short. And, you know, the Pirates pitching staff absolutely just stepped right up and snatched this game away from Saddleback.
So Russello will get his 4th victory of the season. Loosely gets the save. And for everybody here at Saddleback College, want to thank you For Ed Ford, Albert Robles, and Mark Pavlovich, I am Corey Neyland. Once again, Orange Coast College 5, Saddleback 3. This has been Bobcat Baseball on SportsNetUSA.net.